No.
That's your Twitter. It's a lot of selfies.
Ooh.
There are a fair number of selfies.
Looks
we're going
like
into the knife round.
The knife round here. Awesome.
Are you my co-caster for this?
I guess.
Co-caster Addy?
Why not?
All right. Addy moonlighting as a caster here. It's going to be Vision taking the knife round, presumably going to start on the CT side. That would be the standard practice here.
I hope so. Yeah. God bless.
So now Vision and Nuke was a pretty iconic pairing under the old Vision.
Yes.
It was a map that people underestimated them on. They were really strong on it. Interestingly, one of the linchpins of their Nuke, from my estimation, was actually a player who's no longer on the team. It was Nguyen.
Yep.
Quinn. I'm sorry.
Quinn.
That was a thing. It was Quinn.
Didn't happen.
Who would play on top of Hut with the XM.
And it looks like we have Excelerate going with a fast upper take here. AGM's going to be spamming through Mini, trying to get a kill. It did look like Caboose did take one out, but Sidestep traded him out right away.
Players coming in from heaven, raining down bullets, but they're getting eliminated one by one. Heads being knocked from shoulders, but VSA is still here, and he is threatening. He's now in a 1v2. He's got a little bit of utility and does, in fact, have a kit. And the smoke's going to go down. He's just going to try for the defuse, but here comes the taps.
He might actually get this.
Oh, no. They think he pulled off.
VSA.
He just sticks it. You got to check.
Huge
Crows don't
round.
fake. Crows don't fake.
And he actually gets the kill on AGM as well, so that's even better for Vision.
That's embarrassing. Right
Accelerate.
under their noses. That's not the way you want to start out a match.
They really should have been spamming that. That is very unfortunate. Wow. So, Vision pulls out a sneaky round here, which is a round that Excelerate really needed if they want to get a good start on T side here. But let's see what Excelerate can do here in the second round.
This match has been getting loud between both sides. They're just separated by a thin divider, so it's been great. There's been some rather insane trash talk going both ways. These are players who are familiar with each other. There's a lot of experience on both sides. VSA, the new caller for Vision, is, of course, a seriously lane experienced player. We've got Awkward Ginger, which I assume is Spongy. Nope, it's not Spongy.
That's a Proto.
That's a Proto?
Yep.
Right. Spongy's not really a Ginger. Spongy's at the bottom, so that's a Proto. Got the booster. Caboose going to take a scalp, by the way, and it's going to be wrapped up by Floppy with the SMG.
Little 90-degree turn there.
Little flippy, skippy.
Little flick.
Action. Little flick of the wrist.
Wow, okay. So,
here it goes. There's the XM. They're just going to put, okay, so the XM's still going to make its presence known on Vision. I guess you can have a Proto playing.
Hut or Squeaky.
It'll be Hut.
Yeah.
It'll be Broken Door. Or Squeaky Door.
It'll be Squeaky, yeah. Ooh, two towards outside here and one towards Squeaky. Actually, three towards outside. And it looks like Vision really wants to get aggressive out here, but it looks sort of awkward. Caboose doesn't want to shoot yet, and he takes down T-Connors, but they're still running down Secret, so they do have all that info. Ooh, a Proto catches one with that XM. Let's see if he can get another. AGM takes him out. Almost transferred. Man, gets a huge second kill there. They really needed that.
AGM with a big spray down. Here's the duel outside of control, and Sidestep will come out the victor, and there it is for Excelerate. They get themselves on the board with some comprehensive play from AGM. Walks away with 3 frags to round it out. Big plays from the coach-turned-fragger, AGM.
That's a very interesting call by Visions there, especially that they know that they're not going to have a lot of utility there on the outside. And they just decide to throw bodies out there and go for a quick little rush instead of use their money advantage over them. But
here comes the full buy. It's going to make VSA on the glass cannon off. That's a little tricky to work with. The XM's going to go to work in the typical position for this squad. And VSA, it's tantalizing. It's right around the corner, but Caboose is traded out immediately. It's T-Connors to find the frag. And now VSA, his vision is denied by a smoke. He spots the player on top of the silo, but it's too late. They've gotten past him, and he's had to fall away due to the positional advantage. Now they're in towards the lower bomb site, and they're ready to chase down the CTs. Utility being dueled back and forth to delay them, and a Proto's actually worked his way into a great position here.
Back here. Now, it looks like they're just going to go back up towards A. They're going to try and wrap themselves through heaven.
Great out of control. Are they going to realize that VSA is still in spawn?
Yeah, they might not know he's here.
This could be dangerous.
VSA doesn't know either.
Yeah, if they catch him at this
sense it,
angle.
though. Oh,
There's the peak. He's missed the shot. He's not going to get another opportunity. AGM puts him into the ground. That's the op out of play. Now the rep can come in. They've completely reversed positions. The T's are where the CTs belong, and there's the frag. T. Connors, great response, takes down Spongy. Now we're ready to close out the round. Dangerous down in the vents like John McClane's going to be looking for one more frag to just open up this site like an overripe melon. But it's not even going to be need to be necessary, as Vision's just going to go ahead and fall away, save what they've got. The XM and the rifle worth bringing into the next round, especially considering how little they're going to have to work with financially. So tie ball game here. Accelerate's going to bring us to 2-2. And Vision off the back of the bonus round and the subsequent bye just not able to yield many fruits. 4 alive in this round as well means that the money's going to start to build in a major way for Accelerate.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see Vision, especially forced down with those 2 guns, and go for some sort of heavy, maybe ramp push or heavy lobby control. They might split hut and ramp here for the next round, because they're very desperate. They're gonna be on those pistols.
Okay, so you're saying lobby and then split hut?
Yeah, they might send 2 towards ramp and try and split 2 in hut.
Do the lobby crunch?
Do a nice little lobby crunch.
Classic. All right.
Some CZ head armor action. Because they're not going to have too much to work with here.
No, they're going to be broke. It's a joke. Question is, at what point do you just go ahead and yield and start stabilizing?
I mean, they kept 2 guns alive. Granted, one's an auto shotty, so it's really up to the team on this buy.
The auto shotty is so situationally dependent, but it can be absolutely devastating when put to the right effect. So they are going to go ahead and force into it. Pistols will be upgraded, and they've got quite a bit to work with, but it's not ideal. Good
exactly
utility.
What I just said. They're doing a lobby crunch.
Here it comes.
Somewhat.
Are they going to be ready for it on the Accelerate side?
They're aggro on radio. So it might be a little bit of a slow push here. More for info.
There's the push out of ramp.
Yep,
they haven't quite crossed the threshold, if you will. They haven't crossed the Rubicon of this lobby crunch. It's almost it was like a semi-lobby crunch. They tightened their grip, and then they decided not to squeeze. And perhaps that's a good idea, is what they're holding.
I think they're playing it smart here.
Pretty thorny.
If VSA can get this kill, get this AK, and he does, that's a huge kill right there. That's going to open up the round for them. Floppy gets 2 with the M4, and just like I said. What did I say, Mike?
You said the lobby crunch.
What did I say?
It works out. It works out nicely.
Perfect round there from Vision. They played that perfectly. They got Accelerate to peek into their angles that they were holding on that crunch and not get too hyper aggressive, and Vision capitalized on it.
Read them like a book, and they certainly did capitalize. Now, Vision Accelerate going to be duking off once more. Accelerate somewhat limited on this buy. Utility is not great, and DJ is limited to just a CZ. See if that's a limiting factor here, as of course in the right situation the CZ can be, for a brief moment, basically an AK. The hit seems like this time it wants to move towards ramp. They don't want to get caught in lobby one more time. It was painful, the result of the last one. But Spongy is going to be the hill they have to crest if they want to get down this ramp and in towards the lower bomb site.
Yeah, they only have 1 guy outside, and he's just holding for a push, and they have a lot of people grouped toward radio, so. And they're just going to take ramp for free. So Vision sort of give it up, but they're already down in B, so.
Spongy's playing down by Toxic. Are they going to expect this? He's right around.
Incredible position.
They hop right over. Dangerous. They haven't checked it. It's 2 for free. Spongy somehow loses the second, but Floppy's there to follow it up, and there's kills raining back and forth, but they have to dig out Spongy. He's got the bomb at his lap, and now it's all T. Connors. Last alive, minute on the clock. All the time to work with, but none of the teammates. He's got a full belt of utility, so at least that's something he can employ here. But he's going to have to start finding frags, isolate some 1v1s, see if he can take some heads, and make the situation a little more tenable. There's the pre-fire, and now they know where he is.
Yeah,
he's going to have to reposition.
He wasn't making any noise up until that point.
He went ahead and took the guess that someone would be in the vents right there. If he finds the frag, boom, it's around. Right now, he's just going to have to save. And it's such an awkward spot. The rest of his team is broke. He's got 1,600, so he'll actually be on money pace with the rest of his squad, and he'll have a belt utility and a rifle to go into this round.
Now what they might do here is they might invest in maybe 2-3 smokes and see if they can get a line of smokes down outside and go down secret. We'll see what they do here. They're going to be mollied out upper if they want to try and rush upper. So
that's a tough round to lose if you're Accelerate. Just looking at the long game.
You are very broke for 2 to 3 rounds.
He's going to be the investment, so it is going to go ahead and be a couple flashes on DJ. Rest of the team presumably going to invest in a moment. T. Connor's tossing over those upgraded guns. Actually, the majority of the team's going to keep their money healthy. This is interesting. A lot of flashes, not the smokes you were expecting. Just one smoke available on T. Connor's.
I wonder if that's a miscom by, because the rest of them
really didn't buy that much.
And then DJ bought down at 50.
It's a little weird. It's a strange balance.
Hey,
We'll
look what
see
they
if
did
they can
here.
make it work.
They threw smokes outside and went outside. Wow.
But they only had one smoke. Oh, DJ gets the tap down from range, but he will eventually be found out. They're somehow trading kills fairly effectively, but now it's just AGM all on his lonesome, but that's all he needs. Finds the first. AGM, Big Mike going through with a plan and a fury up in hand. He's trying to find more targets, and if he can isolate them, he does as well have the CZ, so this heaven hit might be
now the longer he takes
painful
here, the more they're going to presume that he's going to come up from heaven, especially with the info on Vision right now. So he's taking his time. Spongy's already going to be looking at heaven as soon as he comes out here, and he's going to be toast.
Spongy's got the lineup. It's all about the peak. If he shoulder baits it and finds the information, maybe he can survive. But there he comes. He checks it, but Spongy is so very ready for it. Has the read, has the kill, has the round.
If he did that a little bit quicker, he may have been able to catch Spongy off guard, but
counterpoint to that is, of course, he was expecting Spongy to be watching the balcony in the first place, so he's trying to check from under balc.
Yeah. Catch
him off guard if that was the situation. Well played by Spongy one way or another.
Now they're somewhat broke, but next round they're going to be able to get by, but they have full CZ, so. Another possible upset round. You never know.
5 CZs in hand. I mean, no armor behind it. And there is a P250 on Dangerous. No armor behind it doesn't make it tricky. There's the hop through the crosshair, so Spongy's position is known. Nice flick from Spongy on the double scope, and that can get tricky. But he's going to keep going back to the well, and he's got support, but the support's been knocked down. Losing boost makes this very difficult for Spongy, and he's going to drop flames to get away, but he can't get out of the angle quick enough. This is already good damage from Excelerate, and they've retrieved a rifle. They find one more kill, somehow get a plant out of this. Boom, they've had a successful round. It's not looking like it's going to be, but losing VSA takes a vital linchpin out. And now an op and a rifle retrieve. They could do some damage with these guns. Not if they give them away like that, however. Sidestep, unable to convert. Still good damage to keep the economy honest on the Vision side. You really would have loved to be able to get a bomb plant out of that, but sometimes it's just not to be Addy.
These are some crazy rounds, man. These trades, up and down, left and right.
It's madness.
It is madness. I feel bad for the observer. He's got too many people to switch to.
That's how Nuke works. Nuke is pain for observers.
It is.
Isn't that right? I see him nodding. Nuke is, in fact, pain for observers.
Yes. That 2-layered map.
Punishes them. Slightly easier on Panorama, but it's still not really from an observer perspective. Lots of smokes outer, and actually Vision is employing the smokes to their own advantage. They've worked themselves so far forward. Floppy and Caboose is somehow going to lose that duel, and there's the second. Great answer from Excelerate, but they get a player isolated while the smoke fades, and now it's a dual outer. They're just falling from the heavens and falling with frags. AGM and T. Connors now alone in ramp without access to the bomb. Gonna have to battle their way outer to just get a chance in this round.
AGM can make a huge play here.
He's gonna have to. That's what's required of him in the moment.
If he's able to find this big guy, but
there's the peak. There's the shoulder peak. Now they know where they're coming from.
They only saw one, though. As far as you know, this is one guy. But now they've made noise, so now they know it's two.
There's the spray down. There's the round. Vision are starting to run away with this. 7 rounds on their CT side. They are historically a strong Nuke team, and you're starting to see why it come to bear here.
Another round where it seems like Excelerate is very good at opening up their rounds and getting their first and second kills, but when they're trying to work down after that, Vision just picks it up and gets those 2 trades and almost gets a man advantage almost within 5 to 10 seconds.
It's a few 1v1 here that are just not shaking out their way, that they're struggling with, and it's trickling. Again, smokes exposed outer, and a Proto's just going to take the heads. They've now got to get close, but it's just so awkward.
Make it possible. He is not. He's 5 health, though.
5 health, but he's gifted the bomb in his lap. Now that's all the information they need to play out the rest of this round, and there's still so many bodies up for Vision. that even if they know where they are, they still got to knock the targets down, and it's all Dangerous. He would need the full ace clutch to be able to get this through. It's a minute 15 on the clock, so there's a lot of time to work with, but that's about all he has going for him, especially since he's presumably about to walk into an op crosshair. There it is. There's the shot. Spongy has him dead to rights and plastered against the wall. So 8-2.
I don't know what the morale is right now, but AGM had that op up on Twinkie, and
I think you can hear VSA and Vision getting loud.
They didn't really let him work a pick there. They sort of just tried to rush mini and rush outside, and AGM couldn't really do anything with the op.
Pause is going to be called here. Trying to figure out what's going on, what's going wrong.
It's a smart pause. It's a good time to pause.
Absolutely. You need the other team to cool off a little bit. You got to get your boys snapped out of it.
There might be some miscommunications here. Like I just said, AGM had that op up on Twinkie, and they didn't even let him work a pick at all before they were trying to. I mean, what? Our Proto killed that guy trying to run down past T-Red. What was that, 10 seconds in the round? 10, 15 seconds in the round?
Yeah.
And then T-Connors tried to trade him with that MAC-10, but it just didn't work out.
Just does not work out, especially since Tom had the bomb on his belt.
Yes.
And that's what we would call a bad time.
That's
bomb.
some miscomms right there.
Bad moves. It happens. It happens, but they're going to need to figure it out rapidly as they've got a huge round deficit at this point.
I do. What, 8-2?
8-2. If they can get themselves up to 5.
But if they can crawl their way back and piece together some rounds, you know, anything can happen. This is
my win condition is 5. If they can get to 5, I think they've got a very good shot at taking the map. I think if they can't get to 5, it's going to be struggle time. What would you say?
I think in order for them to carry it over into the CT side, they're going to need at least 6 rounds.
6 rounds? You're saying 6?
I would say a 9-6 half if they want to.
So they can only lose 1 more round.
Yeah.
Tall task. Tall task. We'll see if they're up to it. They need 4 in a row.
They have so much momentum. They have the economy. It looks like Accelerate's comms are a little off. It seems like based off their little gameplay. It looks like we're going to be jumping back here in a second.
That we are. Armor being bought up here. Some upgraded pistols. A couple of flashes. There's not a ton to work with here, but it is something.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of fast upper hit here. They really haven't done that at all. They've done some fast ramp. They've done some fast outside, but their money's low. They only got 2 flashes and smoke, so let's see if they opt towards more of an upper hit here. Let's see if they go towards A. And they don't do anything quick, so. Dangerous. Somehow managed to get himself around these 2 smokes here outside.
He has wormed his way in here. This is a great spot, provided he doesn't get caught out. It's a tricky spot, though. There's nothing to cover him. And, oh, the elbows around the corner. Tom was just a little bit exposed. And Dangerous finds 1. There's a gun retrieved as well, presumably for Dangerous. And now they have to account for his position, but there's a player secret who will presumably deal with him in just a moment. There it is.
And Dane's gonna
VSA
go down.
cleans it up. Now only 3 players with CZs. They found 1, but it's traded 1 for 1, and that's A-okay by the CT side.
It's gonna be.
It's
doable.
something. It's something to work with in the future, and they're just tapping away. Sidestep makes it happen.
Huge round.
3 CZ kills for Sidestep. The op retrieved as well. They even keep 2 alive.
The CZs, man. What
CZ
are you gonna do?
It's magic. Whoa.
Man,
magic.
You might as well just buy a CZ on Nuke every round.
Nuke's pretty hard to play CZ Go on. I mean, if you can get lower, yes. That transition, that was all upper, I know. This was absolutely the round they needed. They needed that momentum coming out of the pause, and now it swings the economy in a big way as well. If you can chain this round after it, I mean, you already see floppies on a FAMAS. You've broken their eco after this.
Yep.
They've invested with a double up. That's a big investment from Vision. They're counting on being able to take this round right back and get the reset. And if they don't, Accelerate will at least be able to swing back to the 5, certainly.
They really do love ramp here. I don't understand.
First pick from Spongy. He's playing ramp so beautifully again and again. Dangerous trades out. It's challenging. They're a man down, and now the hit comes in. The crunch. They have to find Spongy. That's the condition. There it is. There's the kill on Spongy. 3 players with full HP. Now they're going to get that lower bomb plant, and it's on the retake at this point. VSA playing cat and mouse around the corner. There's utility to give his position away, and I think they can get away, but Sidestep's taken for free, and AGM's looking the wrong way. What's happened? They fat-fingered it. A Proto, he tosses his gun. That's not a flash, a Proto. Now it's all on Tom. 1v3 with bomb planted. He finds the first, rips his head from the shoulders, and the second, but he's not expecting the third from Decon, and the bomb will be defused. Floppy clings on by his fingertips. and he will take the round.
But check out Vision's money.
It's bad.
It's pretty bad, and Accelerate's money, it's getting there. You got two guys, 2K and 3K. So they are going to be able to work a buy here.
I got to say, I just want to bring us back to the time that a Proto threw his gun at AGM mid-spray. It was a good strat.
Yeah, I don't know why he just didn't pull out his pistol.
It was a good strat. He panicked. He played.
Maybe he was hoping for that 1 damage.
Hit him with the gun?
It was a distraction.
I don't think that works. I think it has to be utility. You can't hit people with a gun.
I didn't say that.
Do you even play this game, Addy?
No.
Do you even know this game?
I'm retired.
You're retired?
At the ripe age of 19.
I think you got to have a pro career to retire.
Whoa. I want to land. Does that count?
Floppy on top of the hut is going to spray them down one after another. He's got support from a Proto, and this round is done and dusted. AGM's got something in mind, but it's not for long as VSA will mop the floor with him. They all came out the hut, and they all failed to look up.
That's the half right there. 12-3.
Fun fact, if you ever want to hide from people who are chasing you, climb a tree. Humans just naturally don't tend to look up. It's not in our blood. It's not in our nature.
Don't do that if you get caught by the police.
Don't blame me.
Yeah.
It's your own fault. Why'd you climb a tree, man? Proto going to be taking the XM once more. It's just such a powerful weapon on this particular spot on this particular map. And it's back to pistols for Accelerate as it's desperation hours. They will find a Proto, so no XM in play. That's all she wrote as Floppy's here to counter it. Now they're out on site. AGM's worked his way out. He's a rat on site, but they are getting exterminated. And it's just such a tough situation to play now. VSA expects the player outer towards heaven. It's just going to have to be a little bit of team play here.
It's so strange, man. Accelerate. They sort of
dangerous. What a shot!
They weasel themselves into these very strange angles and like unfortunate timings. You just see so many pistol kills just like that right there.
That was a big scalp to take, however. Now DJ has actually worked his way out of the hut. They may not be expecting this. That's a plan. He spots him at the last moment, but it doesn't matter. Bomb's down, and they have the heaven position.
And DJ has that op.
Dangerous can't peek, but the op has to do work. The op has to do everything here. And he's actually... He's going to go down, and I don't think there's a possibility for Dangerous to get back through. He can't run through this molly. Bomb's just going to be defused. It's irrelevant if Dangerous can get here at this point, and he can't even find the frag. Unfortunate situation for Dangerous. Great use of the Molotov, and it was just a tough situation. Accelerate now trying to claw back that last round of the half, get themselves to 4. This is a desperation hours. Reminder, folks, the team that loses this series, and this is the 3rd map of this series, is out. They're going home. And just because of the way seeding works, Accelerate lost their first map in an upset in the group stage, so they did not come through as the top seed in their bracket or in their group. And that's where you wind up with this kind of a matchup in quarterfinals.
Very huge upset at the beginning of our tournament here yesterday. They were not expected to lose, and they did. And that puts them here.
Puts them in this situation, and now they are 5 lost rounds away from going home.
AGN drops a smoke on ramp, but gets smoked out in the meantime, so RIP that smoke. Looks like they're going to opt towards a quick upper right here. And nobody
doesn't clear hut. Or it's just all over. Kills being traded back and forth. Suddenly it's just Spongy alive. How has this happened? It felt like they had the position on the Vision Gaming side, but Spongy's now all alone. Bomb's going to be planted. And it's looking like Accelerate have a very good shot at taking a 4th round. Spongy's got a single flash to work with and the op on his back. He does have a kit. So the defuse is certainly a possibility, but he'll try and just walk out of the smoke, and that's not going to work this time, Spongy. He falls, and it's 11-4. Accelerate. They squeak through that last consolation round.
They squeaked that last round, and they're definitely going to want to win that pistol next round.
You think that might be helpful?
Yeah, it's pretty helpful.
You think the pistol might be helpful?
It could sway the game. I did say they did need 2 more rounds. They want to come
If
back,
they lose the pistol, they're pretty donezo.
It's definitely over.
It's desperation hours. They'll basically need to win the Eco Force, which they were doing a pretty good job of on the previous map, which I believe was Mirage.
Yeah,
they were doing a pretty good job of Eco pistoling them. But it's hard, it's tougher to translate to Nuke, I'd say.
Yeah, pistols are definitely not in your favor.
It's a bad time. So we're going to hop into it, I believe. I hear the round timer going. And we are straight into the second half. Not much of a delay here, folks. Once again, this is the N3rd Street Gamers Eastern Conference Championship. Cougar CSGO 10K, as provided by Linode, here at the GEXConvention in Dulles, Virginia, in the DC area. That was a lot of words. The bomb will be planted pretty much immediately, and the retake is on. Vision Gaming, without any bloodshed, have already got the bomb plant. And now the bodies are stacking up, and it's coming up. Advantage Excelerate on this retake. The lobby players, though, lurk around, and it's into a 2v2. They're falling. It's just a Proto left. And he's getting run down. Not a lot of space to work with. His head will be knocked from his shoulder, and the defuse will come through. So the round taken, they'll get the full 10-second defuse, and Excelerate pick up a much-needed pistol round.
That is one huge sigh of relief for Excelerate here. But they're going to have to overcome their biggest challenge here, and that's the second round. If they can get past this round, the comeback might be possible. And
as a result of that, you're going to see Vision force right into it. They've got an AK. Caboose has an AK. Second round.
Their confidence is definitely at an all-time high.
How does he have that much cash? He must have gotten a lot.
He planted the bomb, and I think he got 2 kills.
He must have gotten a lot of kills. I mean, he's got an AK, and he's got utility behind it.
Very interesting.
I wonder if someone tossed that to him. I bet Floppy tossed it to him.
It is. It's Floppy's gun. Yep.
Yeah, Floppy has no armor. It had to be a toss.
He still does have all that util, though.
It's very useful. He's knocked half, however. And if he goes down with that utility still on his belt, he's going to feel very silly. But Floppy doesn't even need a rifle. He doesn't even need armor. He's just going to rip AGM's head from his shoulders, and now it's left to DJ in control room to try and make it happen. He finds 1-2. Sidestep is there as well. And whatever there was, whatever glimmer of hope there was here for Vision is starting to fall apart. Spongy, though, is loath to let it go, and he's got that retrieved AK, the single purchased AK, and he's still trying to make it happen. VSA, meanwhile, has also picked up a rifle, so they are very deadly at this point.
Does VSA have... He's about to sneak up into heaven, potentially. They might go up into A. And Excelerate isn't set up for this at all.
I'd assume that's the plan. They have to know that this is a possibility. They're all checking the lower site.
They're all going down towards B.
And
wow,
meanwhile,
the timing for Vision can be more impeccable. Free plant. But
free plant and a lock on that vent as well.
Excelerate knew right before they planted. They started running up through secret. So Spongy's going to be in a great position here. If he can get 2 kills, they're going to be golden. This is a perfect crossfire, basically, as well. He takes.
Are they going to check it? They do. They check it. However, he's going to find the kill, blinded or not. That's perfect timing as well. And now the last CT is plucked from on high.
Demoralizing.
That's brutal. Vision Gaming take the second round, get the eco off the back of a single rifle and upgraded pistols. They make it happen. Floppy, the unarmored player, actually gets the opener, and it's critical to taking through the round. 12-5. Now Vision are beautifully poised to just run it down the end and just close this map out.
One of these pistol rounds. Just go practice your 1D second round, and you'll be set.
Facts. Although if you can 1 dig, you should be able to 1 USP. It's the same principle.
Correct.
That's what Molly's using on that spot. A little aggressive. Sidestep's actually going to manage to pluck 1 from range. He can't get any more, however, and he's lost a lot of teammates. Proto's low.
That smoke protected him there. Yeah. Oh,
the lineup. The Tracers, they give him away, and it's just DJ. But DJ's found the first. He's got no health to work with, however, and the bomb is exposed. And nothing to shield his path. No kit either. He's just going to have to find these frags. What can DJ hope to do? No health, no plan.
There's no way he's going to be able to do this. And Caboose is going to take him out with the Mac 10. And we're now into 13-5.
That is the number on the board. That is the number on the board. It is a 13-5. It's rough hours for Excelerate. It's desperation hours, one might say. What's your...
I'm going to call a game here. It's 16-5.
You're calling game? I don't know. T-Connor's picked up a Zeus. Totem of the comeback.
He is very good with that.
It's the totem of the comeback.
Not as good as Jasper, though.
I mean, he learned from Jasper on that Lil Yeah team. Jasper was Miyagi to T. Connors is Daniel.
Vision is so fast, man. They're already down at the site.
This is their home. Nuke is really home turf for them. It was for the old roster. It seems like that's continuing through to the new roster in a lot of ways.
Vision is just playing Excelerate. They just read them like a book. Excelerate just very surprised why they didn't have anyone ramp there. Free round.
It's just T-Connors with the Zeus. He's just waiting to see what he can
Might be able
get.
to find VSA if VSA gets greedy here.
He's baited the trap. He's just going to wait. This is classic LoL,
He
yeah.
needs a decoy.
I don't think they're going to test them. There's nothing worth doing.
Come on. Oh, look at that little orb there. Do you see that?
So 14-5, and we are coming to the close of map number 3 here. Vision up 9 on Excelerate. And Excelerate not looking like they really have much of an answer for Vision Gaming's nuke play. A Proto going to be keeping the MAC-10, but that is the only weakness in this buy at this point. Meanwhile, on the other side, Excelerate very limited on utility. They're going to have to make do with very little. And a Proto's already out with the MAC-10, just lightning fast. There are no brakes on this train. Dangerous stands tall with 2. But meanwhile, the site has fallen. The bomb will be planted in just a moment, and there's plenty of utility to make this take possible. Now locked out, DJ feels he has to make something happen through the heavens, and he's punished for it.
Looks like they're going to be saving for the next round here. They're running away.
This is going to be map point. Map match series point. Excelerate, they're fighting for tournament life, and at this point they would need 10 rounds in a row to make the comeback, to bring us to overtime, to make this a possibility.
With little to no money.
With no cash. 2 safe rifles, a little bit of utility, 2 sets of armor, and desperation.
But seasons. You never know.
These are both new rosters. Both rosters decided to cut 2 players after the end of last season and replace them with 2 new additions. On the oh, nothing saved. That's brutal.
Wow.
That's just brutal. What are they going to even work with? It's just pistols left.
They're shooting a fish and barrel at this point.
The life has gone out of Excelerate.
It's over.
And it's desperation.
T-Connors has the Nova.
We see that the shotties come out. XM, Nova. This is their map. Scout for outer, presumably.
He's gonna hit someone for 60-1 with that Nova, and then he's gonna die.
XM's already out. Spongy says, "You're trying to play XM Nuke? We invented XM Nuke."
We just have 2 play. Oh, well.
It's all on Tom. He's got the Nova in hand. He's going to have to make it happen. 1v5. Bomb is planted. He'll at least be able to find the planter. No, he cannot. Spongy closes it out with an exclamation mark. A clean 5-man alive round, and Vision will be advancing here to the semifinals here at the N3rd Street Gamers Eastern Conference Championship. 10K Cougar.